Hi everybody, it's Nani. How you doing today? I'm doing really well. I am back today with my Makeup Monday series. Today we're going to try quite a bit of Maybelline, but there's some other things put in here too. I did prep a little bit just to save time. I did do my brows. Let me clip my hair back here real quick and I'll show you what I used. I did do my brows and I'm using the LA Colors, the Eyebrow Pencil from the Dollar Tree, and this is in the color Soft Brown. Try to bring that in there. There's going to be a glare, so I doubt I'm going to be able to show that to you very well. But it is in the color Soft Brown, $1.25. I love this. It's working great for me. I also put on the LA Colors Eye Primer. I just did this just to save time. Little tiny bit goes a long way. I just pat it on my eyes, give it some time to set. That's it. I also put a little bit of their, what do they call this? Their face primer, and it's a color corrector in the cool pink. I did put just a little bit under my eyes, under the dark spot, but I want to try a concealer today from Maybelline. So I didn't use very much of this, and this works great too. If you have any problem spots on your skin, I have a little friend down here that decided to pop up and it covered it great. So yeah, I'm really liking this a lot, guys. This is in the cool pink. I hope you can see that. But I like to give things time to just kind of settle in, calm down. And so that's why I started ahead of time. My face is clean. I just wet wipe, put on, did I bring that in here? I've been using this from the Dollar Tree. It's the Simply, the hydrating booster. I'm really liking this a lot, and I still see it in the stores. I may pick up a couple more just to have on hand. This works great, and it's just so moisturizing. So I put just a little pea-sized drop of that, rub it in, and also I use Naturel Nourishing Cream from Avon. Little tiny bit of that, put it on, and give it time to sink in. And I think that's it that I have for my prep so far. So we're just going to jump right in. Today we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me. I did pick up some of this a while back, and I got it in the shade 125 in the nude beige, and it is extremely dark. This is too dark for me. So I did go and get this shade. You can kind of see the color difference there. This is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. And I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be too dark as well. So we shall see. Oh, a couple more things that I used to prep. I did use the e.l.f. Poreless, what do they call this? The Poreless Putty Primer. I did put that on as well. I'm liking this Poreless Primer. You can see my nail marks in there. I would just use my fingernail to scoop up a little bit. This is working pretty decent for me, so reasonably priced. So I'm going to use this today. And also in my brows, I picked this up at the Dollar Tree, and I know you're never going to be able to see that on there. But it's like a clear eyebrow mascara, I would call it. It's called Mega Clear by Wet n Wild. And it's just a very clear, almost like mascara, but you put it on your brows just to keep them in place. So I paid $1.25 for that as well. I like it. So, all right, let's get right into this. I'm using the Ioni from Dollar Tree, their beauty blender. Loving this. A lot of you ask me if I use it wet. I do. I run it under warm water. It puffs up to, this is one that is not wet. It puffs up really big. Once it gets puffed up, I squeeze out as much water as I can possibly get out, and I will even use my kitchen towel or bathroom towel, wherever I'm doing it, and squeeze it out more. You want it just barely damp. You don't want it drippy, soppy, wet. Barely damp. There, you can tell there's no water coming out of this at all. You just want it nice and soft. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try this Maybelline, and this is the Dewy finish. It's Fit Me foundation with vitamin E, normal to dry skin, and it is called Dewy and Smooth. You can see it right there in the color 120 Classic Ivory. I have not tried this ever. I did try their matte formulation of this Fit Me. It did not cooperate with my skin. It gave me polka dot pores. And if any of you don't know what polka dot pores are, it's when everything just kind of settles in your pores. It doesn't matter if you have primer on or not, but you end up looking like you have little tiny dots on your face. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of this on the back of my hand like I always do and pick it up with my blender. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bounce on my face like I do. That's a pretty decent color for me, I think. May work better when I'm actually get some sun on my face. This winter has been brutal here in South Central Pennsylvania. Not so much snow, but cold. Recently, though, we've had some nice warm air move in, so that's been great. But I just kind of bounce it around all over, and then I come back and even it out. What am I thinking so far? Not bad. I am seeing, well, we're just going to keep going here. I don't want to judge too quick. I try to stay away from my brows since I already did those. One day I'll come back and I'll give a more detailed how I do my brows, but it's just so simple. I just lightly pencil them in. Nothing fancy. And I'm really liking that eyebrow pencil from the Dollar Tree. It's working out well. So yeah, the one thing I don't like about this particular Maybelline anyway, there's no pump on the top. You have to kind of dump it out. So that's the one drawback of that foundation, but it seems to be working very well. I'm liking how it's feeling on my skin. And then I do come down. I don't want to do it with this shirt on though, and I do cover all my discoloration on the top of my chest area, but I don't want to get it all over this black shirt. So we're not going to do that right now. But I have a lot of sun damage. I said about it in my last video, and I don't like it. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to try out this concealer. And this is also from the Maybelline, the Fit Me line. And I'm going to read it here. It says, Fit Me. It's just concealer. What color is this? It is color 11. And I can't really read that, but I believe it's something vanilla, but it is the number 11 is the color of it. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put I always do it on the back of my hand instead of putting it. Yes, my hands are clean. And I'm just going to use a little tiny brush. And I'm just going to pick that up and I'm going to start in the corner of my eye. It's pretty light, which is okay. I'm going to come down in my tear trough. Always touch up in the corner of your eye right here. Most of us have a little dark area. I always put everything on the back of my hand. Do the same thing on this side. And you can see with me, I do everything very messy at first. I just kind of put it on and then I let it go ahead and set for a minute. I'm seeing a lot of stuff going in my lines, but that's all right. Hubby's coming in the door right now. Say hi, hubby.
Hi, hubby.
He said hi. But then I come back in and use my finger to tap it out. That's looking very light. I may have been able to move up a color with that, a little bit darker, but it'll work. Actually, that's looking very, very nice. It is settling a little bit in my lines, but that's expected. I have lines. I needed to come to the realization that I have lines and there isn't anything out there that's going to just set perfectly. But actually that doesn't look too bad, guys. I like that. It feels nice on the skin. It does not feel drying. It's not super shiny, but it's not matte either, if that makes sense. And then I keep this handy because once I put on my eyeshadow and stuff, I may have to come back in and just touch up a little bit. I do that a lot. I said in my last video, my hands are shaky, so I make messes. That's just how it is. All right, let's see. We're gonna put on a little bit of powder. Today I pulled out my tried and true old school. My Grwm used this back in the day. This is the Cody AirSpun. Let's see how messy this is, guys. It's just, it has the little holes, and I shake a little bit. I want to see if it's open. Yes. I just shake a little tiny bit into the lid, and I have one of the brushes from my Oni from the Dollar Tree. I just pick up a little tiny bit. There's enough powder in here to do my face 5 times. And I just come in and just touch my problem areas. Under my eye, I'll maybe set the top, and I touch where my enlarged pores are, just barely. My nose is showing a lot of enlarged pores the older I get. Under the eyes. Right through this area of my face has a lot of texture. So I hit that. But I don't put powder all over my face. I said in my last video, it seems like the more layers I put on of product, the more whatever, it starts looking cakey and dry and cracky. So I don't do that. I could probably come in and put a little bit more of powder under my eyes, but I'll wait and do that here in a minute. Hit beside your nose, but not too much, because that's one of the spots, at least on me, that it cakes a lot. All right, we're gonna try some blush. I picked up the Fit Me. Quite a bit of this was from the Fit Me line from Maybelline, which I've never tried before. And this is in the color 15. It is blush. And what is the color? It is in color Nude. So we're gonna try a little bit of that. Very pretty color. All right, where is my blush brush? We're gonna use this brush. Picked it up at the Dollar Tree. I believe this is Wet n Wild. I'm just gonna put a little bit on. Let's see how pigmented this is. I have been wearing my blush a lot higher lately. And then I put some on, and then I come back and blend it out. Oh, I really like this color. That's really pretty. I just brush it out. Very simple. Maybe put some on your nose. That's nice. I like that. And you can see my face. I have texture in my face. There's nothing I can do about that. I have no fillers. I have no Botox. I have no lip injections. I have none of that stuff. The only thing I do is color my hair and whiten my teeth every once in a while. That's about it. I don't have eyelash extensions or a facelift or any of it. All right, I like that. And you might want to come in and maybe put some highlighter on top, but I'm not going to do that because I typically don't. We're going to try this eyeshadow palette. This is by Wet n Wild, All Naturel, and this was from the Dollar Tree. I don't know if it's still in the store or not. There goes the eye brush little thingy. A lot of shimmers in here. What I do with this, guys, where did my little brush go? I just use a skinnier brush, and I take one of the highlighter not really highlighter, but one of the lighter colors. And I come in very, very close under my brows. I need to touch up my brows one day, guys. They're getting a little bit woolly. But I come in very, very close under my brows. Just give it a little shine. And then I may come in later and add some more. I also touch right in the corner of my eyes. Just gives it a little light. And sometimes I'll take whatever, I know I need some more powder on my nose. But I may take a little bit of either a highlighter or an eyeshadow, and I use it as well for highlight. I use different products for different things, whatever works. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take one of the darker shades, like a mid-range shade, and I use it as a crease color. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use this lighter tan color right here. This is the first time I've used this palette, so doesn't seem like very much fallout. And I come in and go right at the crease and a little bit higher. Wow, that's darker than what it looks. I have a hair on my face, I can feel it. Very, very simple. I just do it right in the crease and a little tiny bit higher than the crease. This is actually very, very nice. I'm liking that a lot. Not a lot of fallout at all. It goes on very well. It blends easily. Wow, for finding that at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, that's nice. And then I go ahead and I use one of the darker shades. I'm going to use this darker brown right here. And I come in just to give it a little bit more definition. Sometimes I go the whole way across. Whoa, a lot of pigment in that, guys. And if that happens, I just go ahead and do some on the other side. But I do about halfway with the darker. And blend, blend, blend. And I put a little bit, probably about a third of my regular lid. I put it right there. Wowzers. That is pigmented. I'm going to brush this out and then come back in and really blend. That wasn't expected. I did not think that it would be that pigmented. That's a shock. But it's a very nice shock. For something that cost me $1.25. No fallout to speak of. This eye is going to be a little bit more dramatic than what I normally wear. But I just come in then and blend. Next I'm going to use one of the lighter, let's try this one right here by this light pink. It's kind of a gold, or which one? I think I used gold last time. So let's just go ahead and use this light pink. And I just grab some of that on my brush, tap it off, and I concentrate on the other 2/3 of my eye. Wow. That's nice, guys. I like that. Very, very nice. I'm trying to keep this video short. I'd like to try to keep all of these to under 25 minutes, but you know how that goes. This is a very pretty color, very shimmery, no fallout. Wow, why were these in the Dollar Tree? I like shimmer on my lids. But I just go ahead and put that on just like that. And then I may have to come back in and I use this nice big fluffy brush, which is what I used. Blend. I blend and blend and blend and blend And something this dark is very different for me. If you have to, use your finger. Then under my, where's my flatter brush? Under my eye, I put just I come in and do a pretty tight line under my eye of a darker shade. And I'm actually using the lighter brown under my eye. And everybody's different on how they do their eyeshadow. Or not eyeshadow, but your makeup in general. You do what works best for you. Everybody's skin tone, skin texture is different. Products lay differently on different people. You do whatever you think is best for you. But I just come in and do that and just kind of blend. I did get a little bit of fallout with that, but that's my fault. I do see that the concealer is settling into my lines a little bit, but there's nothing I can do about that. It happens. I have texture. So today we are not going to use a liner, a liquid liner. We are actually going to use powder for liner. And I do this the majority of the time. I take a little tiny angled brush. This is actually from Dollar Tree. It was in a little kit of 4. We're going to try this out, but I have a feeling I'm not going to like this. It is very, very stiff, but that's okay too. But what I do is I keep a little damp piece of paper towel handy, and I dampen the brush, and I just come in to one of the darker shades, and we'll go ahead and we're going to use this darker brown again, since that's what I used as my crease color. And I just pick up, am I going to be able to do this? I pick up some on my brush. I'm probably making a mess because I'm pushing pretty hard. And then I just come in and I do as tight as I can to my lashes, and I just tap. My hands are shaky. I've told you that before, talked about it with you. This works easily for me. Liquid liner is very, very hard for me to apply. So I just come in and I pick some up on my little damp angled brush, and I just come in and just kind of tap it down. And I try to keep the line pretty thin and the whole way across. And on the ends, I will make it a little bit wider on the end. It just seems to kind of lift my eye up a little bit more. Can you tell the difference of what a little eyeliner does? It just gives you much more definition. So I just tapped it again on my little damp paper towel, coming into this darker shade of brown. These are mattes, and I really like matte eyeshadow. And then I come over and do the same thing on this side. My left eye is always much harder for me to do. I think it is for everybody, unless you're a left-handed person, and then it's probably easier, and your right side's probably harder. But I just come in and just make a very basic, simple, almost smudgy line, as close as I can get, and I go a little bit wider on the outer edge. I poked myself in the eye every single time, guys. I poke myself, or I pinch myself with the eyebrow torture device or eyelash torture device. And then I may come in and put a little bit more. Which brush did I use? I didn't use that one. I may come in and put a little bit more highlight on the top. And let's see which. I'm going to use this second one again, just to kind of give me maybe a little bit more. And you can tell I just grab a brush. I just am not picky about that kind of thing. Maybe touch up inside the corner of my eye again. I always keep this fluffy brush handy. This is the one I used for the blush, but that's okay. But I have another one here that I just use for any fallout. If I have fallout or a little bit too much powder, I just use that. And then I come in, and what are we going to do next? We are going to use the torture device, and we are going to curl our eyelashes. Yes, I curl my eyelashes every time. This eyelash curler is by Grwm. I actually picked it up at the Dollar Tree. See if I can do this without pinching myself today, because my last video I did. I'm not sure about this eyebrow or eyelash curler. It's not that great, guys. But I wanted to give it a try. It kind of sticks. It doesn't release. It's not that great. It does fine curling the lashes once you actually get it on your lashes, but so that's the best I can do with that. I'm not sure I'll be using that much longer. Mascara. Today we're going to try the Sky High. This is Maybelline. And Lash Sensational Sky High, and it is in the color, is there a color? I know it's black because I always get black. I stick with brown eyeliners and black mascaras for some reason, but this is the Sky High. I don't know if you can see that. I've been using this for a while now, and I'm kind of torn. I don't want to stop using it, but I don't like, it's kind of hard to get in and out of the tube, but anyway, it is what it is. It does a great job though, but it's really not my favorite mascara ever. There was so much hype over this mascara, and I don't think it's that super great, but I'll continue wearing it. And I do keep Q-tips handy because I'm messy, and it happens. And I've said my eyebrows are pretty sparse on the bottom, so I go kind of gentle with the mascara. I'm just not one that really likes a lot of mascara on my lower lashes. But I just come in kind of gentle. Then I will come back and put in on a second coat on this eye. Let's quickly do this one. I have a little goober at the end of my brush. The brush in this mascara is very, very flexible. And it was very hard for me to get used to this brush. When I first bought this mascara a while back, it's very flexible. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very bendy. And yes, this side, my eyelashes, I sleep on this side. My eyelashes are always crazy. They never want to cooperate with me. And then I just come in and put a second coat. And one of the things I do is I kind of, when I'm doing my lashes, it's probably going to be hard for me to show you, I push in toward the lid of my eye. It just kind of helps, at least it helps me. It makes them look more lifted, more curled. So I just kind of push in a little bit. But that's my mascara. I don't know if you can see that. It definitely works okay, but you know, and I won't get rid of it, of course. I've been using it. So that's my eye look. Let's see. What else am I going to do here? What was I going to do? I definitely need to repowder. That concealer is looking okay. And doing these videos, you know, I'm doing this very quickly. Usually, you know, I would spend more time on my makeup. But doing it quickly like this, I'm really liking that concealer. That's doing a fine job. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the lips. What did I pull out today? I got the NYX. This is the Butter Gloss in the color Tiramisu. I'm loving this NYX. You guys have seen me talk about this before. I'm loving this. This is almost, it looks more berry on the screen. It is almost like a nude berry color. And it just feels so nice. Sometimes I line my lips, sometimes I don't. Most of the time I do not. But this gloss comes in all different colors. I also have the other one in Angel Food Cake, and it's much more berry color. That is so pretty. And it just feels good on the lips. And yes, my eyes water every time, every time I put on makeup. My eyes water. But that's about it, guys. I'm liking the foundation so far. I'm not seeing polka dot pores. It feels very nice on the skin. So that is my look for the day. Another very nude look, but I'm already up to 31 minutes. Maybe next time we're going to try some color. I will come back in and hit these little areas right here again with the concealer. But that did a great job. So that was the Maybelline Fit Me, the concealer, and it's something vanilla, and it's number 11. I do know that. I like this. I give this a thumbs up. If you find this Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette and Au Naturel, and I did get this at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if this is in the store or not, and this is by Wet n Wild. I give it a thumbs up. My NYX Butter Gloss, this gets like 5 thumbs up. I absolutely love this. It only cost a couple bucks, which all of these things, none of this was expensive, guys. So many things I really love. The Fit Me blush, I really like that a lot. That is very, very nice. I'm going to be getting a couple more of those colors. But that's my look for the day, everybody. I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to put this makeup away, and I'm hungry. I'm going to go find something to eat. What do you think? Very, very reasonably priced. I don't think anything here cost me more than, I'm not even sure how much this makeup was, but I don't think it was any more than $6. It was probably less than $6, and nothing else cost me more than that. I think that's excellent. I'm not quite sure about the mascara. This may be $8 for the mascara. Don't quote me on that. But I'm happy with every single product. So yeah, guys, that's it. Happy Makeup Monday. If you guys like this type of thing, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of my YouTube family. You guys are the best. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you again here really soon. Peace.